interviewing my grandpa, John Lawrence, about
Detroit, Michigan.
Detroit, Michigan. And I'm going to ask him a couple questions about Michigan. First of all, how is Michigan different from California?
Well, geographically it's different because California is on the ocean with salt water. Michigan is an inland state. It is the state with the largest freshwater coastline of all the states. It has a weather difference in the year where you have more pleasant weather all year long in California. In Michigan they have several months where there is no sunshine really. It's kind of gray, and they have snow from November roughly until April. In California you have some snow up in Big Bear, Mammoth Mountain, places like that. But in Michigan when it snows, the whole state gets covered with snow, lower and upper peninsula. Weather is the biggest difference, I would say, in the two countries. And going out, you dress with nicer clothes in the winter. California, short sleeve shirts and shorts you can wear. You can't wear that in Detroit. It's too cold in the winter.
Yes. What do you know about the auto industry in Michigan?
The auto industry started out in Michigan. When Henry Ford built the first cars, the Model T cars, he started the business based on a mass production. He was the first one to bring in mass production. And one little known fact is he always told everybody, you can have any color you want as long as it's black. That's the way they sold the Model T. The business grew from there and became the main hub for the cars to be built in the United States. It was in the Detroit, Michigan area. Over time, we expanded across the country and the cars were built in different areas. Cars were shipped to other countries because they already had cars in Italy and Germany, countries like that built cars ready. Our industry got very built very big because there was very few roads, and we were one of the first countries to put together a program that put a national road system in. Once a national road system was in, everybody wanted to have a car to go across the country to see everybody and see everything. So the car industry boomed and became very big in the United States.
Could you share an interesting Michigan, interesting story of your time in Michigan?
Yes, working in the automobile factories was a very commonplace job. People came all around the country, came to Michigan to do it because there was business. When there was no business, jobs in the business, people came to Michigan to do that. So they built it up a lot. So my dad worked in the factory along as his friends did. And when I got older, I wanted to find out what it was like, so I went to work in the factory. And it was not what you think it would be. And it's a very hard-working job, a monotonous job. And the thing I remember that bothered me most was the smell in the factory. When you walked in every day, there was a blue haze up in the lights. You could see an actual blue color up in there from all the machinery that was working and the drilling. And like the foundry. The foundry is where they build the engines, and they build them right in the same plant where they built the cars on the assembly line, so they can take the engine over, put it right in the frame right away, and put the car on top of it. The foundry had a temperature in there of 120 degrees when they were working in there. So it was very hot in the factory. And they did not have air conditioning in the early years when they built factories. So it was a very tough place to work, and the thing you remember when you come out of a factory is the smell. All the fumes go into your lungs, and there are problems with the job because of that. It was interesting to see it. It was something I realized I didn't want to do, and I moved on.
Have you ever been to the Upper Peninsula?
Yes, I've been up to a couple times up in Michigan. It's two separate places, the upper and the lower. The upper gets much harsher weather than the lower. There are better roads in the south and the north. There are more people in the north and the south. One reason those things all happen. I went up to see the Mackinac Bridge when your daddy was still in your grandma's tummy, not born yet, and your Aunt Lisa was 7. And we went up and went to the Mackinac Bridge, which was a new bridge at the time. It was the longest single-span bridge at the time. And we went across the bridge to the other side of the Upper Peninsula. And then we took the ferry over to Mackinac Island, a beautiful little island up in Michigan. The people in Upper Michigan are called Yoopers, spelled U-P-P-E-R. Instead of calling uppers, they call themselves Yoopers. A lot of different industry, mining industry up in there, and the ships will get the ore, iron ore, and then go down the outside in the waterways of Michigan to get the St. Lawrence Seaway out to the ocean so they can take the ore out to other countries.
How are Michigan sports doing?
Very good. We've always had great sports teams. Detroit Tigers, Detroit Lions, Detroit Red Wings, Detroit Pistons. when you play sports, you play, you know, like what your favorite teams are. And there's college sports like University of Michigan. And I supported all those teams and played all those games.
What's the most popular sport in Michigan?
Well, even though you have all the different teams that I mentioned, probably the one we play most of all is baseball. All you need is a ball and a bat and a glove. Like that.
What about soccer?
Well, we don't have the great weather for soccer. There wasn't soccer in the schools then, so no one taught us how to play soccer. Most people that I grew up around played baseball or football or basketball pretty much, and we skated in the ice rinks and played hockey in the winter. So we didn't play much soccer. There wasn't the teams that you have like AOSO and JUSA organizations. They weren't there to build the sport, even though it's the largest sport in the world, and it is popular in so many other countries. The kids learn it from when they're small. We didn't learn it when we were small. You are doing that now because of the great opportunities you have to play sports. But soccer is still number one.
Well, that concludes my report on Michigan. Let's give it up for John Lawrence. Thanks for sparing your time to come over and give me a few fast facts about Michigan.
I'm glad to, and I thank you, and I'll come anytime you want me to do it.
Now, how about kicking the ball around?
All right, let's go kick the ball around. We can do that. Let's go.